Okay, if a horse is a horse, of course, then how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? The woodchuck could chuck wood. Oh, hello. Um, I was thinking about philosophy. At any rate, I'm feeling great right now. It's really swingy. Um, I haven't been drinking. I haven't. I keep trying to tell you this, and I never touch a stout. Um, some people have peeps. Some people have wine. Some people have coffee. Just depends on what flavor suits you and what flavor suits you. Um, Speaking of flavors, can't really say that. No, no, that'd be bad. No, I'm up now, but oh, I forgot. On this edition of WTF FML, I like to do that sometimes at the end. Like maybe like a movie that starts and then you're like an hour into it and you're like, wait, they haven't rolled the title or the introductory credits yet. And then suddenly halfway through the movie, it's like WTF FML starring, like an hour into it. I love that convention. But anyways, in the news today, apparently, well, just yesterday they had that mud. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm gonna make this very brief, talking about this oil platform that went down and this oil that's leaking all over the place because I know it's whatever, it's boring, and then you'll think I'm political or left or right, which is all boring. I'm nothing. It's just a fucking problem. Fix the thing. But I love how they're like, we've got it. We're gonna shove a bunch of mud and rocks and shit in it, and that's gonna do it. And then they're like, yep, it's going as planned. And then like 24 hours later, they're like, it's not working. It's not working. Really, putting a bunch of fucking mud back into the ground isn't working because you got this natural spring of fucking oil coming out. It's not working. Oh fuck me, really? Oh no way. What do you mean it's not working? Oh really? I guess on to the next stupid idea about how to fucking fix it. It just bothers me, like, how that there was a fucking oil thing and they did it without, like, any kind of contingency thing. There wasn't, like, a little lever that you just, clunk, or something. There's nothing. Okay, enough about that. What else is in the news, which is just as important as oil leaking all over well, everywhere and killing tons of wildlife, as well as ruining the lives of fishermen, is the death of course, Gary Coleman and Dennis Hopper. I love Dennis Hopper. It's crazy to think that Dennis Hopper just died, but he was actually in Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean. And James Dean's been dead for ages, 55 years. Um, Crazy. Dennis Hopper, Gary Coleman, they were actors, yeah, they were. Gary Coleman was a little guy on Different Strokes. Apparently, he was little and didn't grow very high. He only grew to like 4'4" because of a kidney problem, which is the same problem that eventually killed him. Yeah, 4'4" at 40. It's also a running statistic. A lot of football athletes actually run a 4'4" and a 40. These two events are completely disconnected. They just happen to be coincidences. Dennis Hopper, yeah, I mean we all knew that he was going downhill because yeah, his family's been trying to get all of his money for, well, while he's been on his deathbed. I'm sure that they're comforting him, in his deathbed. They're just there because it's presence that matters when you're dying, right? Oh, well, we're here for you. Meanwhile, they're bickering about who gets this and who gets that. They're whispering about it because obviously, if they're whispering in the room that he's dying in, he's dying. He can't possibly hear us. He's out of it. He probably can hear it. Ouch. That's not cool, people. But at any rate, fuck me. I just clicked, and then when you click, it only takes like 8 more drinks, and then you're blasted. Yeah. It's Saturday night with WTF FML. You know what's strange about this? I'm sorry, forgive me, the microphone. What's strange about this progression is that it almost sounds like doo wop. It's so simple. fuck's sakes, Jess, how much wine have you had? Dead in the water. It's not a paid vacation. The sons and daughters of city officials attend demonstrations. It's hardly a sink or swim when all is well at the ticket sale. Out with a whimper, it's not a blaze of glory. You look down from your temple and people endeavor to make it a story. And chisel the marble word, but all is lost if it's never heard. And so that's sort of like a, you know, kind of a sad song about existence and shit. But I felt it was a good one because, you know, Dennis Hopper and Nat King Cole. Not anymore. Just because they're both black don't mean... Jess, that's awful. No, what's his name? Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman. Yeah. Isn't it horrible, though? Because, I mean, unless you're a rock star, you really don't go out in a blaze of glory. You really do go out in a whimper. And that's very fucking upsetting to me. But... funny thing is, musical illustration doesn't always have to be that way. You can play the same song, the same chords, and it doesn't really have to be whatever. It can just be whatever. Yeah, it can just be whatever. For instance, let's see if we can change this up. Dead in the... oh, fuck. Dead in the water. Wait. Oh, fuck me. Dead in the water. For fuck's sakes, what am I doing wrong? Dead in the water. Ah, there we go. Dead in the water. It's not a paid vacation. Oh! Sons and daughters of city officials attend demonstrations. Oh! It's hardly a sink or swim if all is well and the ticket sell. Out with a whimper, it's not a blaze of glory. You look down from your temple, people endeavor to make it a story. And chisel a marble word, but all is lost, it's never heard. I mean, it all depends on rhythm, right? And it all depends on the rhythm. Fuck. Wow. No, I'm actually fine. Actually, I'm not. If I was fine, it wouldn't make an edition of WTF FML. I'm a fucking wreck. Not really, I'm great. Everything is going so okay in my life. And yet I have some issues with it. There are probably a million people out there thinking that I've got it so good. And I do. But at any rate, speaking of all these, you know, I don't like to end on a bad note. I don't want to end on a bad note thinking about Gary Coleman and Dennis Hopper dying and the greedy families. So I'm gonna end on a positive note. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna end on a positive note, which is that somebody did almost nearly die, but he went to the emergency room. The doctor gave him exactly 2 stitches, and thank fuck he's still with us today. I mean, it was close. It was close. He could have bled out. Could have.